Hello guys, what's up? I'm Milwad and today I want to show the new updates of Laravel 11. In this crash course, you will learn a new updates of the Laravel, such as new structure of the Laravel, Laravel Reverb, and something else. So let's go to see the upgrade guide. And so Laravel 11 released on 20 of March, and I'll also create a new video about the generate enum classes with the artisan command line. I'm create a PR and add some updates for this command. I'm suggest to see this video, and so let's go. So if you want to see the new how to upgrade or something like that, I need to open the release notes. So you can go to laravel.com docs. Here is 11 instead of the 10 and also upgrade page. So in the releases page or release notes, we have a support policy table. The version 9 of the Laravel, I think, is expire. Yes, bug fix is expire, and also security is expired completely. Also 10 is okay, you can use it. Also 11 and 12 is released on 2025. So here is talking about the Laravel 11 and something else, but let's go to create a new project. So if you want to create a new project, if you are using Composer, you can write Composer create project Laravel and your application name, for example Laravel 11, and click and also click enter and install the Laravel 11. So if you are using Laravel Installer, so I'm not bot, I'm Milwad. So Laravel Installer is let's see, it's not important. It's a short key or short command for install Laravel project. You can write Laravel and new and your application name, for example Laravel 11. So if you want to install Laravel Installer, you can write Composer require Composer global require Laravel Installer. And if you install already, you can write update to update the Laravel Installer. I can write Laravel Installer, or I think I don't have Laravel Installer. Let's see. So I don't have, and you can see Laravel Installer install on my computer. So Laravel Installer is already installed on my computer with the version 5.6, and you can you able to install or create a new Laravel project with the Laravel new command and add a Laravel application name. So I'm creating a new project. Let's close Laravel 11, and you can see the structure of the Laravel. So here you can see the style CI config file, and also we have a default folders in the Laravel. And we have some GitHub action or workflows. It's running tests and some like that, also update change log and something like that. So here I want to start with the app folder. So let's open the app, and when you are opening the app folder, if you had working with the Laravel, for example Laravel 10, 9 and something like that, or something else, you a little surprise because we have a console and also exception folder by default, but now we don't have any exception and also console folder. So let's open the HTTP and by default is controllers here, and the next thing is surprise is the base controller class. If you're using Laravel 10, you see the controller, we can say the main controller use some trait and extends another class by default, but here we don't have any classes here. So I think we can create a new project and compare Laravel 11 and Laravel 10 and show the difference between of this version. So I'm pause the video and come back again. So I'm creating a new Laravel project called Laravel 11, Laravel 10. So the first thing I want to show the new structure of the Laravel. After I want to show the difference between of the, for example, controller between I want to show the between compare of the controller of the Laravel 11 and Laravel 10. So here we don't have any changes on the folders, but the controller class was changed. And also we have a model. In the model we don't have any updates except the cast method. I talk about that. So, and the providers, on the providers we have a little update, and I'm sure in the future. We have a bootstrap. On the bootstrap we have an app file. This app file is very important in your application on your Laravel 11, not 11.10, and you have you can configure your application in this file. We have a providers. You can register providers. I talk about this is about the cache is not important. We have a config, but we can see some config file was removed, and the app and also us is not important to see. The database, we have a user factory, so it's not very changed. We have a password property. Here we have some migration is users, passwords, reset token, sessions, and session is like a you can manage your manage your user devices. I talk about here we have a cache, store cache on DB. Jobs, we have jobs, also we have a failed jobs. And the seeders, we have a seeders in Laravel 10. Here you can see user factor and create it be comment, but here we don't have comments. So public is not really changing here. Resources, we have a CSS, empty CSS, and also we have a bootstrap. But here in the bootstrap we can say Laravel using Axios, and for Ajax request set headers is about the X request with. You can search on the Google and see what is that. And we have a welcome default welcome blade, and is a little change on for UI. We have a roads. We don't have any roads called API, and I think broadcast. We have a console. We have a web. Storage is not very changed, and the tests it's not really changing here. We don't have any change. So here we don't have a create application trait here, and the vendor, and that's it. So the end file, it's okay. We the Laravel default driver is SQLite on in Laravel 11. In Laravel 10 or less than is MySQL. And here you can see we have the DB configuration is comments. So here is the Laravel 11 structure, and so let's go to see the compare between the Laravel 11 and Laravel 10. So let's start with the app. So I can so let's see here. We can so let's see. So I think it's very better to see the changes. So in the Laravel 10, in Laravel 11 we have a GitHub workflows, but in Laravel 11 we don't have, but I don't know why. Maybe is a mistake, maybe. Here we have an app folder. Here we have a console and kernel, but in the Laravel 11 we don't have any kernel file. We have an exception you can use, but here in the Laravel 11 we don't have any exception. Here in the HTTP we have a kernel for a register middlewares, but in the Laravel 11 we don't have any middlewares folder, and also kernel file, kernel.php file. Hope so. Let's open the controllers and controllers. So in the Laravel 11 in the Laravel 10 we have a class, a controller class, but in Laravel 11 we have an abstract class. And also you can see Laravel 10 extends a base controller from the core framework, but in the Laravel 11 we don't have any extents here. Also the Laravel 11 didn't use any traits, but in Laravel 10 the controller use authorize request and validates request. Also, you can use this trace here. Is not very where to use it, but it's you can customize your application. For example, I want to use this trace for one of my project, for example called A, and I don't need to use this trace I don't need to use this trace on B project, for example. It's very creative design for a framework. So the models, I don't think any updates, just adds a method called casts, I think cast, but in Laravel 10 we are using cast property, and just this, I think. Let's see. And also in Laravel 10 we the model user has API tokens by default, but in Laravel 11 didn't use any trace called name has API tokens. So we have a providers, just app service provider, and it's empty. But in Laravel 10 we have a all service provider, broadcast, event, and route, and Laravel remove all these providers, and app service provider is also empty like Laravel 10. So the bootstrap, here we don't have providers .php, and just app.php, and here app.php. In app.php you can see create some instance from the main application and bind as a singleton, for example for the exception and some like that, and also return the app. But here return the application with the custom configuration, and it's mean you can, for example, configure the base path and also register the routing. We don't need to use a service provider for doing that. For the web you can use it, commands and helps, and you can also use I think then, and also you can use API prefix, channels, pages, and you can use then for register special routes. For example, for your you can register your own routes file, and also you can add some middleware. Here you register middleware, register exception, and also the last thing is a create method. But in the Laravel 11 is not the same. And remove the all comments from all project, all default files. It means is better. And also we have a provider. If you want to register the providers, you can add your providers here. In the Laravel 10 we need to use a config file for register the providers. Here you can see providers and register your providers, but you don't need to do that. You need to add your providers here. So the config file, yeah, we don't have a lot of changes here. Some part of the config file was removed. For example, the first thing is the providers and also the aliases. So, and we have a maintains mod drive, and is a key, app key, and previous key. save the previous key of your Laravel application, and it's a local fake or local time zone and URL. It's not very need to read it. So the us and another config file is the same. Is not very changing here. We don't have any changes here. I think if any changes is very little and is not important. So we have a user factory also in Laravel 10 and 11. So here we have a password property like Laravel 11, as not any changing here. Yes, we don't have any changing here. So let's close. We have a migration. We have users, password reset tokens, and failed job and personal access token. But here we have a users, cache, and jobs. In Laravel 11 we have a failed job, failed jobs, just this. But in the Laravel 11 we have a failed jobs, job batches, and also jobs. And it's very good for developers, because in Laravel 10 we need to publish a jobs migration and something like that, if you know. But here we don't need to do it that. So the users table didn't change, changing, I think. Yes, we don't have changing. We have a password tokens, we have a session, I talk about the devices, and that's it. And we have a cache. You can store the caches here, but in Laravel 11 we don't have any tables for cache. We have a seeder. It's not very important to read it, but just a little look. Just uncomment this, is not very important. So we have a public. Here we don't have any changes here, I think. And let's see the just a little update for a bootstrap is not need. So resources, we have a CSS also empty, is not need to see the CSS and JS files. The welcome palette updates the UI. I'm sure I will show in the future. The routing, we have an API and channel and console and web. I don't need to API and channel because we don't have any. We don't have it on Laravel 11. We have a console routes like that, and also we have a web. In Laravel 11, the default files remove the comments. For example, you see the web PHP have a comments. For example, web PHP here is you can register the web routes and something like that. But in the Laravel 11, we don't have any comments. And the test case, because storage is not important, we have a create application thread, but here we don't have any create application thread. And also the create application thread, use it in the on the test case, but we don't have any create application thread here. So, and the vendor, and I think also we have a new file named .style CI on just this. Yes. So here is about the compare between the Laravel 11 and Laravel 10. So we have a Laravel let's full screen. So we have a Laravel 10. I want to upgrade the Laravel 10 to Laravel 11. I think most of most of you that's watching this video, we have a Laravel project with the 10 version, and you want to upgrade the your project from 10 to 11. So you can go to upgrade guide, and you see a high impact, medium and low. So estimate upgrade time is 15. And also you can upgrade your Laravel project. For example, if your Laravel project is 5 version 5, you can use Laravel shift to upgrade your Laravel very easy and automatically. So but is not free. Updating dependencies. So the first thing is about the PHP version. If you want to using Laravel 11, you need to have a PHP 8.2.0 or greater than, for example, PHP 8.3. I am create a crash course about the PHP 8.3, and I uploaded very soon. You can turn on you can subscribe my channel and turn on the bell to send notification the new videos. So I have a PHP 8.3, PHP 8.3.3. So the next one is about the composer dependency. Let's see the Laravel 10 dependency composer, and we have a PHP 8.1. I change it to 8.3 or 8.2 is not matter to 8.2 or 8.3. The next thing is about the Laravel framework. You need to change the Laravel framework to 11. Is not double, is just this. So we have a collision, I think, for Maduro, I think, I don't know, I say true. Change it from 7 to 8.1. We have if you install Debris, you can change it to version 2. Also for cashier, Dask, JetStream, Octane, and something like that. You can see I can improve my font size. After let's see, we have a cell and pins and faker. So if you are using cashier or S3, passport, Sanctum, Spark, or Telescope, you need to publish the migration. Is not automatically loading, and you need to publish. So let's see my I have a Sanctum here. I need to change to 4, and Tinker, we don't have Tinker updates, so sale, so we don't have a sale updates, and pint and justice. So I need to publish the Sanctum migration. I can open the terminal and do it. So, and if you have a Telescope and Sanctum and cashier passport, you can click on it and go to about the updates, the, for example, cashier, and follow these steps to update the, for example, cashier strip or Spark or Sanctum. So I have a Sanctum. Let's go to C. Publish the migration. Okay, change it to 4, from 3 to 4, and here in the configs you should to update the references. Yes. So let's go to config Sanctum. So in the middle, on the middleware, I can copy that. So we have a changing the middleware. And we don't have validate CSRF token because I don't change my Laravel project to 11 to bring the new files from the packages. So here about the Laravel installer, if you had installed the Laravel installer, for example with the version 5.5 or less than, you can require a new version, or you can update the new version. So finally you can remove the Doctrine dependency. I don't have, so if you have, you can remove it. You don't need to Doctrine on the Laravel, in the Laravel 11. So all things, I think it's okay, and let's go to updates. So how can updates the dependency? You can use composer update, just this, and let's see to updating the, you can see change all dependencies. I'm pause the video and come back again. So my Laravel project updates to 11, and I think we need to refresh. So let's go to Sanctum, and you can see the validate CRF token now is available because my dependency updates. So here you can see how can update Laravel version from 10 to 11. So if you have installed a package, for example Laravel user monitoring is the benefit, is for benefit, you can change the version of the your package, and also use composer update to update dependency. So I'm close this Laravel 11, and so I'm can, so here is the Laravel 10, but I don't want to show. It's not, it's okay. It's a Laravel 10 default view or welcome view. So I'm close the so I'm run my Laravel 11 project, and when you are run the Laravel or run your application, you have a database file error. I don't know why this will happen. Maybe it's for migrate, or you need to create a database.SQLite. So let's, so at the on the database folder, create a database SQLite and refresh again. So no such table, you need to migrate. So PHP artisan and migrate. The default driver of the Laravel 11 is SQLite instead of the MySQL. So refresh again, and here you can see Laravel 11 Laravel 11 welcome view is very amazing welcome view for a framework, and I like that. It's very hot, and I love that. So here is about how can configure for running your Laravel project. So let's go to the upgrade guide, and here I want to starting the high impact changes. So we have a update dependency application structure. We have a float point. So floating point type. The double and the float migration column types have been rewritten to be consistent across all database. All database is important. You in the migration, so we have a here I want to show the example. We have a float and the double. Now you can use this type for all SQL DBs. So let's go to documentation, and for more information you can read about it, what changes in the core, but if you want to know the main things is you can use it for all databases, and it's not worried to, for example, use it this method or this type for a specific DB drivers. And you can see the some options or some prompts. So modifying columns. So we have a modifying columns update is a high impact, and so let's go to see what is this update. So when you are modifying a column in the migration of the Laravel, you can modify a column. For example, you have a let's go to see in your code. So imagine you have a string name. You have a string name and you want to change this string. You think you have a string name and you migrate and your table goes up. After, for example, 1 week, you need to change this type of the name to from a string to, for example, long text. You create a new migration and change the type of this column. So you must now explicitly include all the modifiers you want to keep on the column definition after it changes. Here we have an example. For example, we have a users table and we have an integer was onsite integer and its votes. The name of the column votes and default is 1 and comment the vote count for it. Later you want to change the votes to nullable, so you create a new migration and just write nullable and change the unset integer to nullable integer. So in the Laravel 10, the migration would retain the unset default and comment attributes on the column. However, in the Laravel 11, the migration must now also include all attributes that previously defined. It's mean, for example, you create a migration the users with the integer, onsite integer, and default and comment this. And after in the Laravel 10, you need to just create a new migration and change the votes. For example, you want to nullable or change the type of the column. It's not matter. So here, but in the Laravel 11, you need to write all attributes that previously you add. For example, onsite default comment, and after use it for example nullable and change. Let's go to say a new example. I create a new migration, make migration, create products table. So we have one string table and a string title, and its default it's milwad, for example. So let's migrate them. So you can see my migration go up. So now, for example, your company say a new task to change the string to for example change a title to a nullable title. So you need to create a new migration, make migration, for example, change or alter title column in products table. It's not matter to, it's just implicit name. So the table is products. So now here you want to change the title column to, for example, nullable. You need to write all things. For example, copy that, and here write nullable and change. Before Laravel is for Laravel 11. For Laravel 10, I write comments. You need to just write the string and just this. You don't need to write the attributes and change the color. Is it different of the Laravel 10 and Laravel 11? And let's roll back and delete this. So this is a modifying columns, and I'm also using modify the columns in my migration. And if I change my Laravel project from 10 to upgrade from 10 to 11, I need to change the some tables. And also you can use schema dump to, if you don't want to update all exiting change in migration, you can use this. Let's see. So it's just for SQLite, it's not important. So it's a modifying columns. So the new updates of the Laravel 11, it's about the database driver. In the Laravel 11, the default database driver is SQLite instead of the MySQL, and you need to require SQLite version 3.35 or greater than. You need, it's just a little, and you need to add SQLite in your PHP extension. So, and also we have a updating Sanctum. If you want to update the Laravel Sanctum, if you had installed Laravel Sanctum, you need to publish the migration, and also you need to go to Sanctum config file and change the middleware. Because the default middleware of the Laravel goes in the core of the Laravel, and you need to change the middlewares. So let's we don't need to releases, and so it's a high impact changes. We have a medium impact changes, and also we have a low. After this we watch them. So Carbon 3, Laravel 11 supports both Carbon and Carbon 3, and if you are install the carbon tree, you need to review the change log of the carbon tree and see that, for example, some changes and drop php 8.3. So it's about the carbon. So password rehashing. Laravel 11 rehash your user password during authentication, and you don't need to rehash the password. Is automatically rehash. If you want to, you didn't need to rehash the unlogging. Sorry, you can go to config and hashing and change the rehash on login from true to false. So in the new updates of the Laravel 11, support pre-second for rate limiting. I think this update is created by added by Jess Archer. I think it's one of the core Laravel team, one of the member of the Laravel team. So you can per second rate limiting instead of the per minute, sorry. And here you can see for example the global limit constructor accept the seconds instead of the minutes. For example, if you want to use minutes, you can, for example, you want to 2 minutes to manipulate with 60 is about a second, and it supports the per minute and per second. So is about the low impact changes. I say fast. So the Laravel 11 remove the Doctrine DBAL, and you don't need to install, and if you are using, you can remove. And also we have a custom DBAL Doctrine types in the Laravel. So we have a instead of, we have a cast method. Let's see the here. We have a, for example, field level property, and in the Laravel 10 we have a cast property, but instead of the cast we have a method instead of the property. So we have the spatial types. The database migration being rewritten to be consistent across all databases. You may to remove these types, for example, point, line, string, polygon, and multi-point, and something like that. You see methods from your migration and use geometry or geography. I think is I don't know is true pronunciation, and you can do it, but if you don't like, you can still use these types. Spatie bonds package is Laravel 11 is provides the own once function. You can go to method once and see it. It's created by Nono, and you don't need to Spatie once package, and Spatie once package is expired now. So the dump method of the Enumerable Contract has been updated and gets the multiple arguments, and you can see it's not very important changes. So the UserProvider Contract, UserProvider Contract has received a new rehash password if required method. Is the responsibility of this method is about the rehashing and storing the user password. The authenticatable contract. So the authenticatable contract get a user password name and return the name of the password or password column, and it's not very important. So it's a Laravel element, and I show the structure and all things of the Laravel element. It's very interested to see the Laravel 11 and new structure of the Laravel 11. And also I'm sure the how can updates Laravel 10, I think. And now I'm creating a new video about the generate enum for Laravel 11 and also Laravel heard on Windows. If you like, you can see I'm share this video, and I'm suggest to see these videos. Is very helpful for you if you want to improve your knowledge about the Laravel and tools. I'm suggest to see these videos. Turn on the bell and please subscribe my channel, is very important for me, and like my video. I hope this video is helpful for you, and if you have any comments, you can write comments under my video. I love you. Until next video, goodbye.